There is a persistent lie that most people tell themselves about wolves. They picture the lone wolf as broken, as cast out, as weak and wandering in defeat. A tragic figure, a cautionary tale. Nature, however, paints a far different portrait, one of deliberate choice, quiet power, and unapologetic clarity. A wolf does not end up walking alone by mistake. He chooses it. He decides it. In the vast, unforgiving wild, wolves thrive in packs. The pack hunts as one fluid shadow, moves across snow and stone in perfect rhythm, sleeps curled together against the biting wind. The pack is efficiency incarnate, shared kills, shared warmth, shared survival. But the pack is not where true leadership is born. The strongest wolves, the ones with the sharpest instinct, the clearest vision, do not vanish from the pack because they were rejected or driven out. They leave because they have simply outgrown the collective tempo. Their heartbeat no longer syncs with the average pulse. Their direction pulls harder than the comfort of consensus. They step away, not in anger, but in quiet recognition that staying would dull what makes them exceptional. This is the part almost no one truly grasps. The lone wolf is not lonely. He is selective. He is sovereign over his own attention. Most people fear isolation because they mistake silence for emptiness, because they have never learned that silence can be the loudest place of all. In that silence, the lone wolf hears his own instincts clearly. No competing voices, no diluted truths, no compromise masquerading as harmony. He steps away precisely when the noise of the pack, the endless chatter of agreement, the subtle pressure to conform, begins to drown out the deeper call inside him. When compromise starts to erode certainty, when group opinion slowly replaces hard-won truth. When moving at the pack's pace means arriving at someone else's destination, the pack does not welcome this departure, because when even one wolf walks away and thrives, the fragile illusion shatters, the illusion that staying together is mandatory for survival. The pack endures through unspoken contracts. Move when we move, halt when we halt. Never stray too far ahead, never fall too far behind. These are not laws written in blood. They are habits dressed as necessity. The lone wolf breaks none of them dramatically. He simply stops obeying in silence. No howl of rebellion, no dramatic confrontation, just a steady turning of his gaze toward a horizon only he can see. And that quiet act alone makes him dangerous in the pack's eyes. They begin to tell stories about him. He is unstable, selfish, arrogant, a threat to the harmony. They must paint him this way, because if he leaves and not only survives but grows stronger, sharper, more alive, then the pack's choice to remain was never the only path. It was simply the easier one. Human beings recreate this dynamic in every corner of life. We just give the pack different names: corporate ladders, family traditions, friend groups that feel more like obligations, cultural scripts about what success should look like. The moment a man dares to step out of alignment, to move at his own rhythm, to prioritize his own North Star, the group responds. Not always with open hostility, often with something softer, more insidious, concern. Why are you doing this? Is everything okay with you? Don't you think this is a bit extreme? These are rarely genuine questions. They are signals, gentle nudges back toward equilibrium, reminders that deviation makes others uncomfortable, that your growth highlights their stagnation. The disciplined man becomes a lone wolf, not because he despises connection, but because he refuses to throttle his own pace to match the average. The pack travels at the speed of comfort, slow enough for everyone to keep up, safe enough to avoid real risk. The lone wolf moves at the speed of necessity. Whatever velocity his vision demands, whatever terrain his instinct requires. This natural distance breeds misunderstanding. The lone wolf is not chasing freedom for its own sake. He is chasing alignment, the rare, almost sacred convergence between inner truth and outer action, between raw instinct and deliberate effort, between who he truly is and how he actually lives. This is why genuine leadership is so profoundly lonely. Not because true leaders crave superiority or isolation, but because they cannot, will not, slow their nature to remain palatable, to stay accepted, to fit neatly inside the frame others have drawn. The pack does not reward vision, it rewards resemblance. Similarity feels safe, similarity feels warm. Similarity ensures no one is left too far behind or pushed too far ahead. It keeps the entire group equally unchallenged. The lone wolf disrupts this equilibrium simply by existing as he is. His silence reads as arrogance. His unwavering consistency feels like quiet judgment. His growing distance registers as rejection. But the truth is far simpler and far less dramatic. He chose depth over approval, substance over applause, clarity over comfort. This is why men of real discipline are seldom celebrated while they are building. Their value is invisible in real time, unseen, unacknowledged, until the moment of crisis arrives, when resources dwindle, when familiar paths collapse, when chaos tears through routine like wind through dry grass. That is when the pack suddenly remembers the one who left. They look for him, but by then he is already miles ahead, having walked the hard ground, studied the changing winds, sharpened his responses in solitude. The lone wolf trains differently. He hones instinct through repetition without witness. He learns the terrain by walking it alone, night after night. He moves without constant reassurance. He decides without debate. He does not wait for permission or consensus. He simply acts, with the calm certainty of someone who has already paid the price in private. Most men never become lone wolves, not because they lack courage or strength, but because they dread being misunderstood. They crave being seen, respected, validated by the very group they sense is holding them back. They want explanation to precede action. They want approval to precede movement. But authentic leadership never arrives through explanation. It arrives through trajectory, through the quiet accumulation of choices no one else witnesses. The lone wolf does not justify his path. He walks it, and in walking it, he becomes the proof. This journey appears dangerous from the outside, and truthfully, it is. Walking alone means carrying every consequence personally. No shared excuses to soften failure, no borrowed confidence to inflate success, no group momentum to mask inconsistency. Every step is owned. Every scar is yours alone. Every quiet victory echoes only in your own chest. The pack prefers diffusion, shared blame for setbacks, shared mediocrity in progress, shared postponement of real change. The lone wolf accepts a more brutal contract. If he falls, there is no one left to hide behind. If he rises, the credit belongs to no one else. This is the unvarnished price of self-mastery. The lone wolf does not charge forward recklessly. He observes. He listens to the world and to himself. He waits, but never passively. His patience is mistaken for hesitation, but it is precise calculation. When he finally moves, he moves with devastating intention. The pack sees only the outcome, the sudden appearance on higher ground. They do not see the years of unseen preparation, the nights of doubt met with discipline, the mornings begun before dawn. This is why they are perpetually surprised. The lone wolf is not antisocial, he is anti-friction. He removes anything that blunts his edge: endless distraction, comfort-seeking rituals, conversations that circle without landing. Silence sharpens him like a blade on stone. Routine anchors him like roots in deep soil. Discipline stands guard over his clarity. The pack often confuses this with emotional coldness, but coldness is not the absence of feeling. It is mastery over feeling. The lone wolf feels fear deeply. He feels doubt that would cripple others. He feels fatigue that begs for surrender. He simply refuses to let those emotions hold the reins. They do not get a vote. Only deliberate choice does. This is the fundamental divide. The pack decides emotionally, by committee, by mood, by consensus. The lone wolf acts deliberately, alone, accountable, precise. Over months and years, the gap widens irreversibly. The lone wolf grows ever more exact. The pack grows ever more comfortable. Comfort dulls reaction time. Precision hones it to a razor's edge. This is why lone wolves endure, and often excel in, chaos. Not because they are inherently stronger or smarter, but because they are relentlessly prepared. They have already walked the dark paths others only fear. If this story pulls at something inside you, it is not ambition for dominance. It is exhaustion with self-negotiation, weariness from waiting for permission to move, fatigue from slowing your stride to remain likable, irritation at having to explain instincts that feel self-evident. That feeling does not make you arrogant. It makes you awake. The lone wolf does not recruit followers. He does not persuade or preach. He does not build a case. Those who are ready will see the path in his tracks. Those who are not will label it reckless, selfish, dangerous. Let them. They require that story to protect their own choices, because if the lone wolf is wrong, then remaining in place feels justified. But in the quiet moments, when distraction fades, when noise dies, even the pack senses the truth. Most will never step out. And that is not a failure. Not every man is wired to lead himself first. But if these words are reaching you, if they stir something restless and familiar, then you have already taken the smallest, most important step. You have moved slightly outside the formation. Do not rush. Do not declare it to the world. Strength requires no audience, no witnesses, no applause. Walk quietly. Sharpen your instinct in private. Protect your discipline like fire in the wind. The path will narrow. The voices will grow distant. The misunderstandings will multiply. Until one day you realize something both unsettling and liberating. You are no longer misunderstood. You are simply no longer explainable to those who chose to stay behind. That is not loss. That is emergence. That is separation. And separation is the birthplace of true clarity. Walk your path, even if, especially if, you walk it alone.